start this off right now. But we're starting now. Here we are. Here we are. We're loaded. It's a locked and loaded pistol here. Oh, there they go. There they go. Here we go. With the first gang entering right now. This looks like Legacy. Legacy, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start this. Man, Aniro knows how to. We haven't even had an opportunity to introduce ourselves. So we're going to take that opportunity right now as this fellow right here from Legacy is thinking about who he wants on his team. Zenthor, introduce yourself, buddy.
Hey everyone, I'm Zenthor right here.
And we've got myself. Of course, I'm Meph, and we got Casper over here. Casper, are you there?
Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself in a very seductive manner. But then again, maybe not, considering
considering
how...
Yeah, and of course I'm Meph over here. We're going to be commentating this here GST 2015 here as it's starting right here. Mr. Aniro over here, not wasting any time, just coming on in. We didn't even get a chance to introduce ourselves, and this fellow over here just pulling Legacy in. You got to love his excitement right here. He's just very excited right now, very tickled to have these people here. We got Legacy though over here. Looks like somebody's picking a dodgeball team. Let's see, is that the member count right there?
Over here, going to be on the right, we have Navy.
On the right, we're going to have Navy, of course.
And it looks like they have 11 all, so 11 each.
Yep.
Yogi
Look.
Navy recently hired as
Here's
CFX.
Yeah, here he is, Mr. Yogi Navy, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like our Twitch chat over here going off the walls over here. It's a lot of fans over here of Navy. Those the 10 members.
Twitch fans.
Let's see where here I'm gonna take a precaution. I'm just gonna warp to this fella right here. I'm gonna warp to Yogi Navy when this battle starts, because we haven't yet set our warps here in this Aniro over here. Just jumping the gun. If you guys have any issues getting in there, just warp to me. I'm gonna warp to Yogi over here. Here we go, bringing in Savi, bringing in Knuckles Magus. I thought he was playing for Freeze. Surprises around every corner.
While you address a lot of the the battles and etc., I will address the Twitch chat if anyone has questions or anything.
There we go. We got 11 and we got 11 here.
Check out their outfits. Very admirable.
Look at those out. You know, I always love to see a gang that's uniformed up. Look at this. This reminds me of the old school days.
If you guys can't see the stream, refresh your browser for the people in the chat.
Stream should be live. We should be good to go. If you can hear us, then you should be able to see us. Fine. Stream's live.
Yeah. We are live and ready to go. We are ready to rumble.
Here we go. We got Legacy, the first match of this here. Here we go. Look at Slash over there, just holding out the trophy. Put that away, he says.
Controversy over here on the right with Navy. It appears.
It says 10 out of 11. He's not very happy. Looks like somebody went AWOL.
Rules though.
And here we go, Aniro over here trying to fix.
12 members. 12 members.
Trying to fix it up here.
Step up your A game, Navy.
Legacy complaining on the left here because of the controversy.
There we go. You know, this is gonna be a very interesting fight if Legacy takes it. There's gonna be a lot of disappointed chat members over here in our Twitch chat. Legacy over here just staring down the competition. Look at them. They're all just ledged up against that wall, just staring down the competition. Who do we got? We got Coffee. Let's do a head count. Let's size these fellas up.
So it appears that Riley will be the substitute.
Riley. Oh, here we go. 12 members. Let's see how fast. Let's see how fast somebody over there. Oh, the 12th member's Aniro.
Aniro's cheating.
And it's gonna be. It looks like it's almost. We're almost underway here. Just waiting for Nero to make the call. And of course, your lovely casters are gonna go in there and let you know what's going on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is GST 2015, brought to you by McDonald's. If you gotta have it, you gotta have it.
I'm loving it.
Absolutely, I'm loving it as well, and as are everybody here. Nike over here, Navy, Savvy Navy. We got Vampire Navy, we got Yogi Navy, we got Player Navy, we got Prime Fade. What is that? Prime Fade. I gotta stop there. What does Prime Fade mean?
He's the Prime Fade.
He's the
No,
prime.
Navy's
gotta be
very
in.
Oh, here we go. And once again,
Oh, here we go.
the
All
caster's
right.
not getting in there, but we're gonna warp to. There we go. This is why we did that. You guys just gotta warp to Meph, of course. Here we go, and it's starting. It's starting here. Let's go into the blackness here. I'm gonna go into the blackness here. Just get a good glimpse on the fight here. We got up here. We got Ace Rican. We got Prime Fade. Prime Fade over here. Just trying to wonder what's going on. What's going on, Prime Fade? Let's see what's going on down here. Down here we got Navy. Oh, look at this fellow over here. What kind of latency do you got over there, Mr. I Slay? I Slay over here got the best latency I think I've ever seen in my life. Let's see who do we got?
Communication going on.
Looks like Legacy over here.
There's already communication.
Let's see. Right now it's a regular standoff that you expect at the beginning of a GST or the fight. The fight, of
very
course.
safe play.
Let's see the fight over here. Let's see what is anybody even breaking through? Let's see. Oh, here we go. At the bottom, looks like Navy's trying to pressure them upwards, trying to pressure Legacy upwards. Navy breaking through from the bottom. You know this is what happens when you get water on the bottom of a box. It's just gonna break. And Savvy over here, Navy now running the show over here. You know all those Navy fans in the Twitch chat are gonna be very excited because what I'm seeing here is massacre. Look,
it's 11-7.
Look at this. It's 11-7. Not a single Navy member down. This is absolute massacre. This is absolute massacre here. look.
Coffee is about to go down.
Look at who do we got left? We got Seal. What's going through his head? Mr. C. Joel Khan over here getting taken out over there by Mr. Nike. Somebody just switch that man a new McFlurry because he's gonna need to sit down and drink it alone. I'm gonna set our warps though. We're gonna set the warps right here.
Oh, there is one Legacy member left. It's I Slay, and he's.
Here we go. We got one. Who do we got left? Oh, we got Ice. Here we go. Mr. Ice Slay over here. What's going through his head? Just look at him. Just pulling the internet out. Just pulling taking lasers out. Of course. Look at this fella. This fella over here trying to get the MVP there, but MVP for the losing gang. What does that mean? Absolutely nothing. Now.
There we go.
Again,
takes the first round.
Victory is Navy. You guys seen it here first. Navy takes the first round. They're moving on, advancing to the next arena. Now, here we go. Here we go, Navy over here. Mr. Yogi taking a picture. You know, are we going to photobomb or what, Casper? Should we photobomb this picture? Here we go.
Yes, we are.
We're going to photobomb this. Going to get a big tiger roaring. We're going to just photobombing. All right, now there we go. Good job, Navy. Good job. Very proud of you guys. Very proud. Here we go. Just moving on. We're going back to stealth mode here. Don't want to get in the battle of it. Do we get an event coin? You will get it at the beginning of your next round. Now here we go. Aniro kicking the GST, of course, and there we go. We're back in here in the lobby, waiting for the next one. A very, very exciting match there between Legacy and Navy. That was, of course, Navy. You know, sorry, Legacy, you did it. You put in a good game. You were there. Well, unfortunately, Navy was there a lot harder. This is just what happens here in this fight.
So while we're waiting, I'm just gonna announce that we have 189 people watching the stream right now.
Excellent. It was probably that little McDonald's endorsement that Casper did earlier.
Of course. Oh, and
I had to do many things to get that for us.
194 now. So thanks for being with us, everyone. And I hope you enjoy this lovely experience.
We're
glad to have you a
Brought to
part
you by
of it.
McDonald's.
Brought to you by McDonald's.
You know, I don't know if we should
loving
be.
it.
I really don't know if we should be saying that. I don't know if that's
Guys,
legal.
We are not endorsed by McDonald's.
So what do you think about that fight? I see Navy taking out, breaking that bottom, and what could you say about it?
They were playing
You know,
defensively,
they
but
seemed very coordinated.
Navy was very highly coordinated in that fight. There, I just see it.
They held a choke point up on top while 5 of them was coming up from the bottom.
Okay, and here we have Santa Claus.
Here we go. We got the next fight going on here.
Dynamics.
Oh wow! Look at this!
Oh,
Look
my
at this!
goodness.
This is interesting. You want to talk about a group of guys that have entertainment value? Look no further right here. Dynamics.
The
Look at
Blue
this
Man
Santa
Santa
Claus.
Group.
This is the Blue Man.
No.
Blue Man with some Rogaine.
That carries a lot of intimidation value.
That's how would you like to
For
get
the
beaten
people
by
on the
that?
right side, you
Here
know,
we go,
that-
number one pick.
that-
This
that
is like a
chaos.
regular. This is like a regular game of dodgeball here. He's picking his first member, of course.
So we got ML plus
ML Plus, Major League Plus.
is the first pick.
Copper Joker. Who is that? Look at a Nero, a man very confused here as he's looking up at everybody. Hey, you
There
guys,
we go.
you gotta wonder over here. Check out Copper Joker over here. The only person that's not in uniform. The only fella not in uniform. You know, is he gonna get picked
Well, is
now?
it likely that he's going to be picked?
Is it? That's the question we're all wondering here. Is it likely this fella's gonna get picked over here? I don't know. Somebody that doesn't suit up. If you don't show up to work
Got
in
me,
uniform, what are you saying about your work? You're saying you don't care about your job. This fella over here, Mr. Copper Joker, not caring right now.
And the fifth player is Cal.
For those of you having just tuned in or having recently tuned in, allow us to introduce ourselves. I am Casper, one of the co-hosts here.
That's Casper. This is
Zenthor.
we got Zenthor over there, and myself. I'm Meph, the lovely lion here in the middle of the arena. Here, we're waiting here as they're getting picked. Look at Copper. Copper not getting picked there. You know, he should have suited up. Should have put a uniform on. Here, look at him. He's sandwiched. He's like last man stand. Look at this fella. Kill for skill. Kill for skill. You know, Shania Twain once said the best part about being a woman is the prerogative to have a little fun. Kill for skill over here, though. What's his prerogative?
Joker has not been picked.
Joker's not been picked. That's what happens when you don't show up to work with a uniform on. Sorry, fella.
Oh my goodness, this guy is upset.
Devastation for the rest of the team.
Devastating. And that goes to show you, anybody out there watching it on this stream right now, if you're thinking, well, I don't want to show up with a uniform, look at what happened. Take a lesson from Mr. Copper Joker over there, getting taken out, just not even able to play with his team. Here we go, Mr. Duke the Dentist, ladies and gentlemen, Duke the Dentist. Making an appearance here. This is one of those anticipated matches here. Shrek going against Dynamics. There's Duke the Dentist. Look, there's two Dukes. Look at this, ladies. Casper, look at this. They're all Duke the Dentist.
This?
Could you imagine a Nero's face here trying to pick out the he says, poor Nero over here just trying to pick people out.
See a lot of
He's making it very easy on Shrek right now. He's making it very easy. He just got to take Duke. Yeah, Duke the Dentist, of course, a man for entertainment. This is a battle for entertainment. We got the Blue Man Group over here dressed in a Santa outfit. On the right side, we've got Duke the Dentist and his fellow dentist interns. This
is hilarious.
This is good. I gotta say, this is this is definitely something that's worth watching. This is good.
I was not expecting this. Hey, hats off to you, Dukes.
Duke and the fellas, you know, we thought the Blue Man Group over there was good, but man, look at these fellas.
Duke and Duke and Duke and Duke and Duke.
Yes. This is great. Look at them over there. They're obviously upset over there. They're saying that there's 12 members. Of course, here we go, going into the GST arena, and there we go. We're into the arena right now. We're gonna see how this fight unfolds. Here we got Dukes moving on. Here goes the Dukes, ladies and gentlemen. Here goes all the Dukes. And let's take a look over here at what's going on. What's going on here? They're finally breaking through. Who's gonna break through the wall first? That's the real question. Let's see.
I'm just gonna post a straw poll for everyone to choose who they think will win.
And looks like we got a strong thing over here. We got a strong format down here by the Dukes. The Dukes over here. We got actually a healthy member count down here. A good amount of the Dukes are down here. What's going on up the top? What's going on at the top? Anybody up there? Let's go see. Oh,
it's your classic war of attrition.
Oh yeah,
It looks like the fight right now.
It looks like somebody breaks through this top, it's probably gonna catch somebody else by surprise. It looks like the Duke's taking out kill for skill, saying, "Wow, not very impressed with the outcome there." Mr. Crasher over here, crashing. Look at him crashing, ladies and gentlemen. Good thing his
Dukes are coming in from the top.
Coming in from the top. Here we go. The Duke's coming in from the left side. We got Crasher over here just taking a crash. Just crash landing, ladies and gentlemen. The Mr. Crasher, of course. Here goes the Duke.
The Dukes are making history here.
And I thought Legacy's beating was bad.
Tell us how you really feel. And here we go. The Dukes, of course. Yeah, the Duke's just pressuring. How many members are left for Dynamics there? They got Frisco over here. Frisco just getting pressured by Dukes. Just Dukes all around him. There's 2 Dynamics. There's 10 Shrek. You know, here goes Silent Killer just coming through silently. And here comes Duke coming in from the back door. Look at him just sandwiching this fella right here. Going to get a Shrek sandwich. What's going through this fella's head, you wonder? What could be going through his head? He's got to remember this for the rest of his life there as he's falling down, taking the same fate as Mr. Crasher. Down on the floor there is Mr. The Dukes, of course, victorious.
We have the story of Spartacus going on here. They're all Duke.
Yep, I believe that we're
Duke?
I believe we can call that a match right there. Is there? It says there's one Dynamics member alive.
Frisco D is down. I believe the D stood for Duke.
Oh, Frisco! I missed it. I thought it was over there, but here we go. We got the Dukes. How many Dukes are still standing?
We have 10 Dukes left.
10 Dukes, ladies and gentlemen. You know, this Duke the Dentist, hiring all of his interns here. I gotta love, and I hope more gangs learn from Duke the Dentist over here. The entertainment value that this provides is just it's stellar. You gotta appreciate it.
It's quality television. Oh, excuse me.
And here we go, Anira trying to do the kick over here, just trying to kick it off. And here we go. That match right there, of course, goes to the Dukes. Shreked.
The Dukes are the winners. And those Santas, they really did get juked.
That was good. And I'm impressed that not once did I see the phrase "get Shreked" in that entire fight. I'm assuming that's going to be trending on Twitter now.
Hashtag get Shreked.
Here you go, Duke the Dentist. Hashtag Duke the Dentist. Now going on in the Twitch chat. Hashtag Duke the Dentist, ladies and gentlemen. And we got special guests over here. Elk, of course, one of the designers, the main designer here of this year's arena. You gotta give him some props. Wonderful graphics artist, wonderful growl player here. Here he is, just sitting right here next to us as we're commentating this here event. Get Shreked. I like hashtag Duke the Dentist. Duke the Dentist, ladies and gentlemen. It's now trending on Twitter.
We now have 242 people.
242 people out there. Duke the Dentist. Hashtag Duke the Dentist. Duke, of course,
Duke
catching some accolades over here. You gotta love the accolades that Mr. Duke is accumulating here. Duke the Dentist. look at the Twitch chat, guys. Oh, that's great. Duke the Dentist.
Duke the Dentist is making his...
And here we go, the real savages. I've seen Pocahontas, and I remember they were called themselves savages, but these guys are a step above. These guys, the real savages, the real ones. Here we go. We got Famaz over here. Yeah, when you go from a fight like that and you see people not in uniform, it really sets a standard that's just not being met. But at any rate, here goes the real savages. They're real savages, so they might not even need a uniform to win this here fight.
So we had a bit of a scare earlier with Famaz, and we thought he wouldn't be able to make it, but luckily he is here, and the fight will go on.
Yes, we thought Famaz was not going to make it. The poor real savages, they were all freaking out. But alas, here he is, Mr. Famaz Savage over here, the real savages. These are the real ones. I don't know if there's any phony savages out there, but these guys are the real deal. And I got to pull up a bracket, see who these fellas are going against. Give me just 1 second. I'm sure Anira over here on top of it. Just waiting over here. Just got a couple of dead air over here. We got Vertex over here trying to go to work. Trying to go to work. You know, what is he talking about when he says work? What is he talking about? He's talking about working here. And oh, Ventus family Ford over here. Let's see what we've got going on. We got Ventus family Ford. Nero greeting them here as they're being summoned in. Once again, a gang without a uniform. No uniforms here.
It's just casual Friday all around.
Yep, this is this is casual Friday. This is the casual Friday round. Of course, there's Jazzy. Hey, let's see who we got coming in. Who are the competitors this time around? We got Mist. We got Exia Ventus. We've got Jay is that Fernan? Jay Fernan, ladies and gentlemen.
User left your channel.
Somebody left the channel. That was none other than Casper.
Casper,
I would assume that Casper over here. Casper just doing something dubious, of course.
User joined your channel.
There he is. There's Casper coming back on.
Welcome back, Casper.
I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I was doing a audio test for my microphone.
And it sounds wonderful. And here we go. Who's over here on the team of real savages? We got, you know. I like to look at the Twitch chat over here. If anybody in the Twitch chat wants to make your bets, see who do you think is gonna win this? Feel free to type it up there. It looks like I'm seeing a lot of. I'm still seeing some Duke the Dentist. Duke the Dentist, of course.
If I make my claim here now as host, or not, as rather caster, I see Weird Zeppelin on Real Savages.
No, there's no favoritism going on here. Of course, you just a fellow Zeppelin. Here we go, the real savages. These are the real deal. Here we go. We're in the middle here. What are they shooting at? The bars haven't even been lifted, and these fellas still shooting down. Look at this. Talk about jumping the gun. These not knowing what to expect here. We got Elijah, of course, Mr. Elijah over here, Goblin taking part in Real Savages. Taking part in Real Savages. It looks like Real Savages down here trying to pressure the bottom. Let's sell it. The bottom is always the place that these gangs have been training. Oh, look, here we go. Here, this could be it right here, folks. Real Savages breaking the bottom, just breaking the bottom, just cornering them. Here we go. Let's see how the top's going over here. Not looking very good right now for Ventus Family Fort. Not good at all right now.
It looks like Real Savages have already adopted the boxing technique.
Here we go. Look at this. This poor fella down here in the bottom right, in favor of the team Ventus Family Fort. What is Famaz Savage doing? He's just dancing around. Here, I'm just looking for a fight to break out. I think Real Savages is taking him out so fast that we can't even comprehend. Here we go. We got Elijah, Real Savages. Where is the family? There's the Family Fort. Here we go. Miss from Family Fort pulling out the shotgun. Look at him just switching guns. Perhaps that one's going to give him some more luck.
His HP is going down.
It's going down like a tank. Here he is. Just getting rushed. Here we go. Weird Zeppelin. Yeah, you called it, Casper. You called it. Here goes Mr. Weird Zeppelin, just charging that man like a MasterCard there, taking him out. And here we go. It looks like Real Savages, the winners of this fight. Here we go. We got Vood over here saying he wants to go home for some good Wi-Fi. Mr. Vood over there, but it looks like the Real Savages have already taken this fight. Here we go. Well, I'm not sure what this ice grill is. This ice grill, I'm not sure what that is, but here we go. Shout out to the GS players. Shout out Mr. Vood. Phil over here claiming that he's a Groot. Of course, is a reference from the movie, which is the title escapes me. Casper, what's the name of that movie?
Guardians of the Galaxy, my friend.
And that's exactly what Mr. Phil over here, of course, taking on the role of Groot.
I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot.
You know, they should have cast Casper. I hear that he's 6'5" or something like that, instead of Vin Diesel.
Girl, you know it.
And here we go. We're back on here. We're back here at the lobby here.
Before we introduce our next contestants, I need to go to the other room because my pet dinosaur is just ugh.
You know, dinosaurs are often like that. If you do have such a thing. Waiting on here, just waiting on. It's all on Nero right now as he's sitting here. Just look at the. What would you say about the expression on Nero's face over here? You know, you don't know if that's
Very-
is that the expression of a
very
confident man?
I think it is. He seems to know what's going on.
He seems to have it all figured out. Mr. Nero right here seems to have it all figured out. Just sitting there.
We have received our next contestants: Zero Limits versus Villain GST.
Oh, this is gonna be a fight to see. Villains, you know, I think probably the most controversial gang right now in here, because a lot of people are accusing them of boosting most prominently the gang Cons. Very upset because they came 5th place to these villains 4th place. But hey, here we go. Right here's where they're gonna have to lay it out and improve themselves.
Well, you know what? They have 0 limits, and that doesn't stop it boosting apparently.
Let's see how this favors out. Here we go. We got Einun at saying, look at Einun just taking control of the wheel. Saying, just a second, we're doing this on my time.
Yeah, he's showing his dominance there. He's playing some mind games there with Nero.
Nuke Dorvey, heartbroken.
Nuke Dorvey, just sitting there, just staring down the competition. Let's see. Once again, a gang that doesn't seem to have uniforms.
I'm digging their color scheme though. Yellow, black. I can dig it. Bumblebee action.
Yeah, we have Mr. Worldwide, the first member to be picked.
Mr. Worldwide. Of course, we seen this fella back when he was practicing there. Me and Zenthor were monitoring them as they were practicing. Worldwide did pretty good. Mad Boy, you don't want to get. How mad is he?
Oh, and we have Moody.
Mad Boy and Moody. You don't want to get these two fellas in the same room together. Mad Boy and Moody.
Looks like we have ourselves an old-fashioned hootenanny.
We got Blazer's Alinto, and coming in is Kiri for 0 limits. Just sitting there with the gas mask on. And who's gonna pick next? Summoning Omar. Bringing on Omar. I don't see anybody named Omar.
I had just received a request from a player, a fan of the stream so far, for me to say, "I am Groot" one more time.
You building up suspense there, or are you gonna say it?
I believe I just said it, Meph. But I suppose I owe it to the people now. I am Groot.
And there you go. There you have it. Once again, where's Omar? Once again, looks like somebody didn't show up to work today, ladies and gentlemen. Omar not showing up to work. Whoever this fella is, one of their prime members in their team, not showing up to work.
And Nuke is being called in to play as a substitute.
Nuke's gonna take Omar's spot. Nuke, of course, is very excited here to join in on this.
A Cinderella story if I'd ever saw one. Nuke Dorvey, first not being picked to be in this round, having just snuck in.
Shoe fits.
Absolutely. Now here's the villains right here. Villains, the most controversial gang in this entire, I think, in the entire bracket right now. This fight right here, a lot of people probably just rooting for 0 limits just because they don't like villains. We're gonna see how this pans out, though. Villains could take it. Once again, another gang with no uniforms on. So there goes that entertainment value. But luckily, we've got myself, Casper, and Zenthor to provide the rest.
I am noticing a heads they have in between them. Very TS admin-like. Kudos to you, villain.
Yes, TS admin. Who else has worn? You know, that hat style's been around for years.
The notorious
Since the beginning.
Villain.
Here we go, notorious villain.
So we have
notorious villain, of course, from Villains Anonymous. My name is Notorious. I'm a villain.
Man.
Hey, Notorious.
Jason is being picked.
I'm Batman.
Okay, so far we have Notorious. Chains.
Here we go, Poor Man. Look at Poor Man over there. How much money do you think this fella's got to his name? He's obviously got some Wi-Fi on his side. We got poor Man over here.
I just want to verify I am not an old man. I am 13 years old.
He is not an old man. He is Groot.
I am Groot.
And what do we got going on? Wait, hey, who's he picking? What is that? A robot of some sort?
Who is this now? iShots villain.
Eye shots.
Repping that 2013 Casper birthday hat. I'm loving that.
You're loving it once again. Once again, supporting McDonald's, Mr. Casper.
Unfortunately, we lost that sponsor.
We lost it. Okay, I honestly don't think we ever had it.
Sponsored by KFC.
Kissy.
Now here come the Will Soul jokes.
Oh,
We're not going to
goodness.
go there though. Now here we go. We got Will Villain, ladies and gentlemen. This is Will Villain. Will Villain, ladies. Yeah, Will Villain, the fellow to watch in this match. Will Villain. Will Villain. Notorious villain. Will Villain. Who is there
Alright.
anybody here that's not a villain? What would happen if a hero joined Villain GST?
It looks like that robot they have there is going to become the hero.
The hero. Is that
I
Ice?
have much faith in that robot.
Mr. Ice Shots. Here we go. Here we go.
Anyone feeling like
Getting ready. They
MVP
lost
for
one.
this
They lost.
match?
They lost. Remember who got off? Who got off? Notorious villains. Obviously very mad. You don't want to make a villain mad, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to make a villain mad at all. What happens when a villain gets mad? Just ask Casper.
Look, poor man. You know what's happened? Poor man's Wi-Fi has disappeared.
Poor man.
Please,
Yeah,
look
you
up
know
his
that's
name.
what happens when you're in poverty, Mr. Poor Man over there. A man of poverty losing his Wi-Fi connection.
His data is gone. He's run out of data.
Mama.
Hype
life
villain.
has
Everybody
begun.
get hype. We got hype villain. Hype villain, ladies and gentlemen. Hype villain coming in, taking place of Poor Man.
Hype.
All right. Twitch viewers, get your hands together. We have hype villain.
Everybody get hype. This is hype villain, ladies and gentlemen.
Hype for MVP.
Hanks.
So in Australia, we have now hit 430.
Apparently, Poor Man over there taking the Wi-Fi from a restaurant called Hanks. Hanks Restaurant. That's where Poor Man's at right now. But you know what? When you're a poor man, that's the only option you have. If you want to enter this year's 2015 GST, you got to jump on some Wi-Fi, and that's Poor Man going to Hanks. Eat at Hanks, ladies and gentlemen. That's what Mr. Poor Man is saying. Eat at Hanks.
Speaking of free Wi-Fi, this free Wi-Fi is brought to you by McDonald's.
Yeah, brought to you by Hanks. But this wonderful fight over here, Mr. Poor Man, of course, wearing the mask
Yep.
that none other than
Yeah.
Charlie the Mugger wore. Charlie the Mugger, of course, member of GPN, if I remember right. Mr. Charlie the Mugger.
They lost another one. Oh no, iShots
Poor man
disconnected
is
that
back.
time.
Oh, it looks like we're going to
Poor
need
man's
hype
coffee.
villain. Everybody get hype. This is going to be hype villain. Hype villain. Everybody eat at Hanks. Eat at Hanks with Mr. Poor Man. Could you imagine the lovely waitress coming up to this fella and saying, "Would you like to have a coffee?" in the middle of his rattle?
You know, I met
have
Hank,
begun.
and he makes a mean burger. All right, we have begun.
Here we go, we're
this
back, we're
match
back in the
between
room.
Zero Limits and Villain GST.
Now, what we're watching over here, watching Poor Man over here, brought to you by Hanks, Mr. Poor Man. Let's see how this fight pans out. You guys stay towards the top. I'm gonna go towards the bottom. Let you know if anything exciting happens down here.
Notorious is moving in up the top here. He is
Notorious
charging
villain.
right in.
Oh, look at Nuke Dorve over here. The internet connection. You can't get very far with an internet connection like that. This fella right here, frozen in time. Frozen in time, my friend. Frozen in time. What we got over here is a choker. We got Poor Man over here. Poor Man brought to you by Hanks. Mr. Poor Man over here brought to you by Hanks. Just trying to take out Mr. Lance.
His
Lance over
Wi-Fi
here.
is going well now.
Let's see. This is a regular standoff here. Let's see what Poor Man. Look at Poor Man advancing, trying to advance into enemy territory there. Mr. Poor Man brought to you by Hanks. Mr. Poor Man brought to you by Hanks. Coming on down. Just try. Look at Zenthor checking out the ping of some young man.
189 ping for Poor Man. His Wi-Fi is.
Well, you know that's what Hanks
going
Hanks
right.
doesn't have bad internet. You know, if you go there, you get yourself a nice breakfast and egg steak. You gotta love it. You gotta get yourself some good internet connection.
Villain GST is down a man.
Down a man who's fallen. This is I think the first fight that we've seen all day that's actually sat and stood the test of time. And down at the bottom
This
we
will
got Matt.
certainly be a close one.
We got Mad Boy. It looks
Very
like
passive plays going
Nuke
on
Dorfe's
here.
internet connection has caught up. I just want to curiously check out this man's ping. We got.
Very passive teams. They say.
Oh, look at that! Looks like his internet connection's passed back up. Somebody invite Nuke to Hanks. Nuke needs to go to Hanks over here with that kind of internet connection.
iShots has gone down. He was behind the wall and he's still
Zero
going down.
Limits is taking a leg up on Villain GST.
Where
as
is the
Villain
leg up
GST is
happening
down
at?
Another man.
The bottom still being held strong there. Oh, look, here we go, Mister. Look at that bold move. You just gotta love that fella. Did
Hanks has
you
gone
see the
down.
way that man moved in? Look at that. Just moved in like that. Here we go. Villain GST getting stepped on over here. Zero Limits gonna pressure this. John Villain better get out of there. Better definitely get out of there. Here goes Zero Limits. Zero Limits close in. Here goes Poor Man, brought to you by Hanks. Poor Man brought to you by Hanks over here. Just taking out the bottom, getting sandwiched over there. The irony of getting sandwiched while he's eating a sandwich at Hanks. You just gotta love it. Poor Man getting taken out over here. Poor Man trying to run for his life. The poor fella down. The poor fella. Poor man. Hanks Internet. You know, somebody get that boy a coffee.
He needs his coffee. His fingers are running rampage.
He's going to need a key lime pie after that one.
I'll have what she's having. Zero Limits is just one.
I'd just like to interrupt and announce that we now have 390 people on the stream.
Oh, hey, thank you.
And here we go. This is another wonderful match there. Zero Limits taking the win.
They did it unscathed. They may have bullet wounds, but none of them have fallen.
And here we go. Nuke Dorve just sitting there, so saying thanks to everybody there.
Paying his respects.
Just paying their respects there. This fight right here, of course, went to them. A lot of people gonna be pretty excited.
In the Twitch chat so far, how are we all?
Just waiting over here as the anticipation is starting.
Yes, Fallout Boy. Casper is the dead voice guy.
The one and only.
The one and only,
taking
Miss.
Request now.
Taking requests.
Oh, and I have one right now. This is GST 2015, sponsored by Justin Bieber's new Ascent, Someday. For those nights when you're so lonely, you just need it.
Yes, and Zenthor, I wear it myself. I can attest for the great flavor.
It's very pungent. It stings the nostrils a little bit.
I could agree, but you know what? The ladies love it.
Oh, and here we go. Oh, another uniform.
Look at this.
Another gang in uniform. You gotta love it. This is what we came here for.
DC Assault, repping those hoods. I love this. It's only a shame that we cannot get up nice and close with them.
Okay, so here we have number one.
The
Junior.
second I step in there with them, Aniro is going to smack
Look at their
me out.
names. Look at their names. I'm guessing Aniro just needs to pick people named number one. What
This is a bit ironic.
What do the numbers
They all
represent?
think they're number one. They all seem to think that they're number one.
Really? What do those
That-
numbers
that-
represent?
I'm not sure. You know.
If
we'll
you're
have
number
that
3, have you
one of them
just
later.
accepted that you're not going to be on the team?
Oh my goodness. So number 3 has made it on the team.
So those numbers mean nothing.
After this.
The numbers, what do they mean?
After this
How do
fight, I'm gonna
magnets
have to communicate with Junie, give him a quick interview, ask him about the numbers.
Casper, you've got a request over here. Somebody wanting you to say, coming to a theater near you in your best voice, your best shot.
Coming to a theater near you, GST 2015 will be live on the big screen.
Sponsored by 50 Shades of Grey.
You know, I was supposed to star in that movie as Mr. Grey, but I couldn't do it. There was a scheduling error.
That is quite the shame.
All right, here it is. Graham, Frosty, and AA. I've been to an AA. It's not all that bad. I'm joking. I'm joking, by the way. Don't castrate me.
Well,
Crucify me.
you said it, and then I gave you the floor. I gave you the opportunity to revoke it, but you didn't. So
I had no idea how to
Okay,
follow up
so-
with what I just said.
how do you follow up with that? Really, well, that's like me if
on
I'd
another
said, you
note-
know, I once joined a Narcotics Anonymous committee, and then I pause.
On another note, DC Assault has on their team Blame X, Dylan.
That Potter kid over here wanting
Kyle.
somebody to notice him, and
Yeah.
of course I'm going to notice this fellow, that Potter kid. Everybody point at that Potter kid, point at him and say, you have greatness in you.
I'm seeing blue and Cynober hats here. We have Judgment coming into the ring. Shadow T. Ludlow.
Once again, no
Oh, that's
uniform.
Ludio.
Nope.
Incidentally, Red Boy is the only panda playing so far.
The panda. You know, this lion's going to have trouble with the panda. What happens when we cross lion and a panda?
May, look at this
Only-
LaQuisha.
Only we will find out.
Here we go, Lakeisha! Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lakeisha coming on down. We got 11 and we've got 11.
And there's the Murder She Wrote. That was the fastest picking I've ever seen. It brings a tear to my eye.
Good luck, have fun by Mr. Nero. Telling everybody good luck.
And to the arena we go.
Yes, to the arena we are. Here we go. Let's just see what's going on. Here we go. Here we
Judgment
go.
is
They're
taking
breaking
the
on
right
through.
side.
Breaking on through. There's the barrier. There's the barrier. Barrier's lifted, and here they go. Let's see them going. Missed the judgment. Judgment over here. Confused. Not knowing what's happening.
Here we have your classic chokehold, which has not been a stranger to any match we've seen.
And here we go. Here we go.
DC Assault. It looks like they are taking over the top.
You know, I'm down here
Judgment.
checking out the bottom. I'm checking out the bottom. I'm noticing 2 reindeer. Yeah, you know, we wiped these guys off as not having uniforms, but you know, if you come down here and see this, these fellas got reindeer hats on.
Oh yeah, we have 2 rangers.
And there it goes, DC Assault, 2 DC Junie, somebody, look at that fella, he's down. Junie's down, the leader of DC Assault down over here. Judgment could just take this away. There they go, just picking him off.
I'd love to agree with you, Meph, but Judgment seems to be taking a beat him up here at the top.
Well, this is an exciting fight if I ever seen one. You know, eventually these fellas are going to have to meet each other, and the grass is going to hit the rubber.
DC Assault
hard on
down
the
to
top.
7 players. Judgment still holding strong at 11.
Judgment over here. We got Mr.
Oh,
Frosty.
sorry.
Let's see where the fight really is. It's like a class. Look at iMoney over here. He's doing this for you, Casper. He's doing this for you. Casper Zeflin.
I'm
Oh, look, somebody taking up my quote. Man, that cat up in the corner like he's in timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Lamar 2014. Here we go. I'm juke you like Fonzie. I love this fellow over here. I believe this is xCloud X over here. This fellow right here. Doing well over here and quoting the great Lamar from last year. You gotta love that.
fit like.
He's quoting Lamar from last year. Look at him. Look at him as Judgment's just peeling them away, just peeling them off the road. Here we go, DC Assault over there. Those hats not doing them very good. Here over here we got X Star X. Here he goes, Mr. Judgment himself, X Star X, just taking everybody out, just going on down,
Judgment standing at 8 players. DC Assault to 1. It's a game of.
Here we go, Mr. Dylan over here, just trying to take a run from it, What is going through your mind, Dylan? What's going through his mind right now? I gotta
His
do
quote
this.
seems to have
I gotta do this. I'm gonna do it for my family. I'm gonna do it for you, Junie. All right, what's going through this man?
Sorry, we cannot. We should tap Dylan's microphone feed.
What's going on in Mr. Dylan's head over here? Mr. Dylan, just look at him. His health is actually pretty good right now. What happened to the rest of his team? He's wondering right now. He's getting swarmed. This man.
A fight.
Look at
Finally started to go.
look at this fella, Mr. Dylan over here.
Trying
Just
to make some space.
look at this fella. You gotta love what he's doing over here. Just trying to take them all out one at a time. And there he goes.
My God.
DC
And
Assault.
Just like that, Dylan is down.
Down. That was a good fight. Mr.
6-1.
Dylan. That was a good fight, Mr. Dylan.
So that's a 6.
Laggers are like people who wet their pants.
For Judgment.
You know, here it goes. Laggers are like people who wet their pants. This is one of my quotes. I think I said this recently. Laggers are like people who wet their pants. They try and walk around and act as if nothing's there, but when somebody notices it, they can't deny it. That's where he's going with this, I believe.
I believe it was Albert Einstein who coined the term "bleeding the lizard."
Oh, of course, though, we got Judgment. Judgment taking the win there. Good fight there. Miss. That was pretty good.
Here's Jacob admitting to getting the last kill. There you go.
All right, who do we have next? Nero, work those fingers.
Here we go, Anero here. What would you say? You know, I keep trying to figure out the expression on Anero's face. Is that an expression of confidence? I can't really pinpoint it.
You know, honestly, neither can I.
It's the face of, you know, when you come prepared.
What?
After every round completes, Anero's got to dig up inside of himself and say, "Here I go again, and I've got what it takes." He starts typing on his keyboard. He goes and references his roster. Goes and references the bracket, the roster there, and tries to figure out who's next. And he says, "I'm gonna summon him up, and I'm gonna have what it takes when I bring him here. I'm gonna bring the leader over here. I'm gonna bring him down to the box, and then I'm gonna tell him to pick his members." This is what goes on in Anero's head, ladies and gentlemen. He's not here to deny it.
Versus GPN is next.
Open wide.
All right, now what do we have here? We have a few of them trying to create their own armada of an outfit here. The others are not following suit.
So I see that every single player will be selected for this fight. There's no subs for this one.
You know, there's about 3 seconds that lapse when the new gang comes, and I sit and I try and figure out if they've got a uniform going on, because some of them are very tricky. Some of them, they don't show you at face value what their uniform is. You gotta dig deep.
Well, you know what? Maybe their uniform is to have no uniform. You don't know.
That could be. You know, for all we know, they're all bunched up in a cubicle. Oh, it looks like we got a uniform status here, though.
We have army hats going on.
Army hats.
Bar 3. Or is that what they are, or are they something else?
This is GP, and where's Charlie the Mugger? I don't see Charlie the Mugger.
Richard has placed the wrong hat on his Groot.
Is that check out a doorbell? Is it just me, or does that sound like a Digimon? A doorbell.
Sounds like a Pokemon.
Indeed. Here we go. We got Fake Butter, of course, on the side of GPN. Yeah, you know that fella, if I remember right, played for iFreeze last year. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Fake Butter played for iFreeze. Maybe that's why he became a Fake Butter. Was he a real Butter last year, though? I don't think he was.
It was more of a margarine, I think. I would say.
And we're going back to the arena. Here we go. GPN on the right side, and of course we got Open Wide on the left side. The bottom of the arena looking pretty lively right now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the right, 5 and 5 down here at the bottom. Everybody looks like this is.
And an interesting player to watch out for is Light over here. Not too well known, but a very good sparrer.
He's he actually has a Twitch channel himself. Here we go. The top. I think the pressure is going to be the breaker's going to be here in the middle. If you ask me, the breaker's here in the middle because it's not a lot of defense on the right side here.
Yeah,
oh goodness, that was embarrassing. My microphone is muted that entire time I was trying to talk.
And here you are.
I was wondering where Casper went.
Yeah, this right here is a regular peekaboo battle. Somebody get this kid a rattle.
Oh,
I made some golden age jokes, and you guys missed out on them. I'm sorry, I can't do them again.
You're
that kind of guy.
And here we go, open wide, moving in over here. Leader Pine from GPN, Mr. Pine Honey, just holding the bottom there. Look at him, holding the bottom like a strapless thong.
Adorabella has taken down Karma.
And Julius, we got GPN now. We got a GPN member down over here. Let's check out the bottom. The bottom's looking pretty festive. Over here at the top. Let's see what's going on top. Oh, the top, of course, looking pretty festive as well.
Dreidel.
I think the breaker.
Clay.
I think the breaker in this fight is gonna be down here in the bottom left. Just judging from the way this fight's going on. Here goes Mr. Light, of course, but in the middle of that, what I think is gonna be the breaker. Let's see. Who's gonna slam through the ice first? That's the question. Looks like GPN making way, and they've broken the ice. They've broken the ice. Mr. Open Wide over here, Light from Open Wide. And we got Kelsey in the middle. I'm actually surprised GPN's breaking through the middle. You know, this is about to clash right here because we got Open Wide and we got GPN. GPN, of course, taking on all sides here. We got GP on the right side here.
Adorabelle leading the charge down the bottom here. Pine and Adorabelle about to take down.
Here we go,
Light.
GPN, Mr. Richard Noxious. Richard Noxious, ladies and gentlemen. What can we say about Richard Noxious?
Left on GPN.
Here we go, this fake butter over here with going in with the RAV4, just taking out Unknown. You'll never know who she is because now she's gone.
Yeah, look at him, the margarine.
Here we go. Here goes Margarine.
Margarine,
Mr. Margarine himself over here. Fake butter, Mr. Margarine going down, looking for more adversary, somebody to take out. He believes believes his gang's victorious here. And moving on in. Here we go. I think we got a crusher. We got Ray from Open Wide. Mr. Ray. Ray's the man going to work. Got his tie, got ambition. Here he is, just getting himself cornered there. He's in quite a pickle right now. Quite a pickle there.
Oh my goodness, and that's the murder she wrote. Meph, would you please oblige us with a Seth Rogen laugh?
I don't know who Seth Rogen is. I know he's an actor, but I can't reference him.
I can't anymore. Never mind. I
wouldn't be able to do a Seth Rogen laugh.
Casper, you got a couple of requests over here in the chat.
Oh yes, I would like to acknowledge that. I cannot see the chat right now.
Well, I'll let you know. Mr. Balls D123 wants you to say, "I'm Morgan Freeman."
Just say that, or say it as Morgan Freeman.
I'm assuming he wants you to take on the form of Morgan Freeman.
All right, I'll try my best. It's been a long time. I'm Morgan. I can't. I'm sorry. I let you down.
Let him down. That's all right. Because this fight right here, done. We're done here. Open wide. You know, one of the concerns here was GPN won that round. GPN, of course, that was the final stand there. Final stand of Mr. Ray. What's going through Ray's head right now? He could have done it. He's gonna be kicking himself in the rump for the next year.
And that's all he'll have until next year's GST. GST 2015 sponsored by my own personal wallet.
Literally, this is kind of sponsored because I actually went out and I had to get a new not Ventrilo server. It was originally a Ventrilo server, but then we ended up going with a TeamSpeak server. $10 to make this magic happen. $10 to make this magic happen. Oh!
Okay, so we have Freeze.
Here we go, Freeze. I'm surprised these guys don't got uniforms. This is.
They normally do.
They normally do. Yeah, Alan Harper over there. Alan Harper, the man with the cigar.
I can see a lot of cold-looking apparel on them.
Here's my favorite, Alan Harper. Oh, constantly refusing my marriage proposal.
There's Alan Harper. Alan Harper going on in. Trent, Mr. Ice Grill. Trent Ice Grill. Wheezy, Mr. Allergic to Wintertime. And Fiend. one last straggler, Mr. Fiend. You know, I've never been this child, but I remember in grade school. I remember the child on the dodgeball team that didn't get picked.
The last one to be picked.
The last child to be picked.
Dodge, duck, dodge, dip.
That was Skype going down. Had to turn Skype off.
Oh dear.
Hey, Maelstrom. I'm a big fan.
Maelstrom, I seen you guys the other day. You guys were in those mines. I remember you guys. You guys were inside that little hallway. I remember. You guys hit me with an artillery cannon.
Sign my bar!
Here we go. Maelstrom going against iFreeze. Maelstrom and iFreeze.
Now, who do you think will be victorious in these ones, my friends Casper and Meph?
I like to ask. I like to
lockdown.
take a poll. I like to take a poll. Look at the Twitch chat. Twitch chat. Who do you think is gonna win this fight? iFreeze or Maelstrom?
Can always make another poll.
Hashtag iFreeze. They are usually more coordinated. My personal opinion. Plus, they have
There you go,
Alan
you've heard it
Harper.
here
God
first.
damn. If ever there were a person to deny my love, it would be Alan Harper.
I gotta say this. I will be. It will definitely change the tide of this entire. It'll change the tide of this entire bracket if iFreeze loses this round. It'll be like when Magus lost last year. Change the entire. Everybody was saying we're gonna go against Magus. They got beat.
Be the upset of the competition.
Magus got beat hard last year. They, and you know what? I was actually on their team last year, and what went wrong for them was that they planned and they planned and they planned, and then when that plan happened, when that plan expired, they still tried sticking to the plan. You got to be flexible in this kind of event. You can't just stick to the plan and expect everything to work. No, that could happen here. You know, you don't know. Maelstrom could take it.
Well, we're
If
gonna
they
be full
plan
of surprises, I'm
not
feeling.
to plan. But either way, let's see a good fight. We want to see a good fight here.
This will be a classic David versus Goliath with a machine gun story. I mean, no disrespect. However, I have seen iFreeze in battle.
Oh, yeah, it's
I have passed it
undeniable.
both of them once.
Maelstrom is going to have to step up a notch here because iFreeze works well together. That's their number one thing. They work well together. I got to give it to iFreeze there. If there's ever a gang that's coordinated well, that's iFreeze here on iAir. You don't see that a whole lot nowadays.
The only thing that isn't coordinated with them is their outfits.
Their outfits, of course. You know, we got Wheezy over there switching the game up here. Well, Wheezy normally wearing green. Look at what he's wearing today. Pink.
Look at that.
Wearing
fashion expert.
pink. Mr. Wheezy.
As long as his backpack is made out of polyester, I'm fine with it.
And here we go. We got
the pink really.
All
the
right,
pink
we
really
are about
brings
to
out his
go in.
eyes.
We're about to go in here. This fight's about to start, and we're going in. Let's see what's going on. We got the barriers. The barriers are up. The first barriers are up, and here we go. The second barriers are up. Now let's see this fight go on. Let's see it go underway.
All right, looks like at the top they're doing the classic move. I'd like to see if Maelstrom can pull it off here. They always change it up.
Let's see what's happening over here. I like to go towards the bottom. The bottom is where a lot of people are planning. That's where a lot of the planning happens this year at GST. And down here, Alan Harper breaking through. Look at this. This is early in the match. Alan Harper breaking through the middle. Mr. Alan Harper pressuring him with Wheezy as backup. Wheezy supporting him
Maelstrom is down one guy.
already. And here we go. We got Iceman and Alan Harper just trying to isolate that area with Wheezy as support. Here we go. Iceman pulling out the blunderbuss, celebrating Thanksgiving 2013 all over again. Mr. Iceman over here whipping out the blunderbuss. We got Blue Cat Oligarch over here. He's got a YouTube channel himself. We got No One. You know the name No One. Just back. Look at Oxy over here, Mr. Oxy over here. Somebody rub some astringent on this fella. Just sitting here in the corner, Mr. Oxy. Look at him. Look at him. Just getting popped like a balloon. There we go, blowing up.
And down like that.
Dope,
Oxy
going
just obvious.
down.
You can dodge a bullet, you can dodge a ball, but he couldn't quite dodge that bullet.
No sir. Here he goes, Mr. Wheezy. Look at this fella right here, about to find himself in an iFreeze sandwich. Mr. Blue Remix, DJ Blue Remix. Look at the back of that fella's head. And here he goes. Not sure where to go.
Maelstrom
Getting taken
loading
out there.
top left,
Mr. Julius.
top
Now,
left corner.
hashtag GST Julius. Popped.
They're being pushed from all sides. They're being flanked.
And going. Look at this. Look at this fella. Mr.
There is
Equinox.
2 remaining.
Equinox. Mr.
And
Loco.
1 left.
Who do we got left? Was
There you
Mr.
go.
Loco the last one?
And that's the match.
As we heard from
Look,
Casper earlier.
look at what's going on here.
He's
Look at these
very
iFreeze.
coordinated.
What are they saying? They're saying nothing. What
Nothing.
what's going on? What kind of
I
coordinate?
guess they do not have any statements to say about this match.
You want to talk about
Shout out to my homie AJ.
AJ again?
AJ, you are one lucky fella.
AJ, no one, no one. You know, how did he become no one? Was he someone before, or is he no one today? How did he come to be? We got to interview that fella.
His name could be Noon.
It could be, very well. Alan Harper. I'm not, you know, Alan Harper. Where's Alan Harper? Anybody see Alan Harper?
I think he's the one that died.
He's the one that got away. Alan Harper, you know, and I think I know why. You know, Alan Harper cannot be on his A game. He can't be on his A game without a cigar in his mouth. Mr. Alan Harper did not. I didn't see a cigar in that fellow's mouth today.
Not that we promote smoking.
No, we don't. But Alan Harper, that's one of Alan Harper's six. You know, he's always got that cigar in his mouth. He's had it since day one.
That's very true.
And we're all waiting right now. Nero, once again, Nero over here, just typing away, just typing away. You love to see the look on this fella's face over here, looking away, looking away. I think he heard our comment about his face.
Hawaii
earlier.
GST and Dark Killers.
Here we go. We got 6,000 messages. We're just going to clear out.
Just a message to the viewers: the reason why these floors are red are not because they were painted red. It was a tragic accident. I'm afraid this room has history, a very dark history.
Zenthor, how many viewers do we got right now?
Right now, we have 340 viewers.
340 people. Let's keep kicking it up. Keep kicking it up a notch.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Hope you're having a fabulous time.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just got a text from one Barack Obama inviting me out for tea, and I'm going to text back, yes. When? Hashtag Brobama.
Aren't you in Canada?
I am, but I frequent with all the world leaders. As World Emperor, well, future World Emperor, 2021 is going to be my launch date. It is up to me to pretty much assess the situation on who I want to keep around. Meph, you're definitely up there. Zenthor is definitely up there.
Of course, you'll need to keep us around.
The next match is brought to you by Speedy's Pizza, where the
Microphone
cheese
muted.
is like rubber and the pepperoni is probably
Can you
your
guys hear me?
cat.
Brittany, what do you need?
I cannot haul all the kids over to pick Rosie up. And my mom's gonna be gone in a little while with Lizzie. So, are you serious about?
It's got to be five or six, because they're in the first bracket.
Okay, well,
Okay, so here we have Cameron. Now,
Okay.
Meph and I were watching Cameron earlier today, and he was dominating.
Microphone activated.
He was showing people how it's done. So I'm expecting big things from Cameron. He's one to keep your eye out on. And here we also have Minky playing for Hawaii. And,
Hawaii. Cameron, our boy's back. I had to go
yeah,
and get
we
some
have-
water. I see. I'm excited to see Mr. Cameron.
I was just talking to the viewers about how Cameron, we watched him earlier, perform quite well in his warm-up.
Cameron was performing well.
He is a very tough hitter.
Very tough competitor, Mr. Cameron.
I'm very regretful to having telling you this, but a friend had just reached out to me, and I may need to leave the stream soon.
Very well.
Oh dear.
Is that tea time that
Show
you got to
me
have with
someone.
Mr. Barack Obama?
No, we decided to save that until summer. This
Oh.
friend needs to, well, let's just say it's a personal matter, and a friend in need is someone I need to answer the call for.
Indeed.
That is not a problem.
Say no more. We've got this covered, my friend. And give us a heads up, obviously, when you leave. That way you can say goodbye to the viewers, your loyal people out here on the on the chat, wanting you to quote Morgan Freeman and the like.
Speaking of which, I have one request. Shout out to Fiji, watching the GST live right now. It's because of your support we are streaming this for you.
Fiji, you're talking about the water company.
Thank you, Fiji.
Fiji. We're going to Fiji.
Bless you.
Believe that was
That
a
was a
cough.
sneeze.
I'm out of water though, so we're gonna have to just do this pro bono. On the right side we got Dark Killers, and on the left side we got Hawaii GST. Mr. Is that Aesop Khan? Mr. Aesop Khan.
We've now hit 5 a.m. in Australia.
Zenthor pulling through like a champ.
Pulling through.
3
Goes the
p.m.
all-nighter.
3 p.m. over here in Florida.
It's 2 p.m. and a lovely day here in Canada. You know, I live on an island, desolate. I'm 40 minutes away from the nearest city. So I'm very lucky to have this opportunity. Usually my internet is terrible. Hashtag Casper.
Oh, here we
World
go. We're
Emperor
going on in.
2021.
Let the games begin.
Let the games
And
begin.
let's
Dark
be
Killers
advised
breaking through that
in
first
favor.
barrier. Hawaii GST over here.
As we've seen usually.
I like to-
no
I
one's
like to
risking
see.
anything. Very defensive plays at the start.
Well, usually what
Who's
you
gonna
see
break through?
nowadays is you see a lot of people
Who's
at the
gonna open
bottom.
up?
You see a lot of people at the bottom. The top, the top is that game that nobody really wants to play, but everybody would love to play well.
And Hawaii has lost one member. It's
That
10-9
is
to
a
Dark
classic
Killers.
honeymooners moment. Humana, humana, humana.
VH taking a big hit there from Wise Killer.
I'd say we're about even in this match.
Yeah, this is a good match
It is
right here. I'm
very
watching now.
even.
I'm watching at the bottom right here. I'm watching see if anything exciting happens. It's a regular standoff. Regular standoff. Looks like Aesop Khan making a move. Aesop Khan. That was a bold move from
I've just
Aesop
been
Khan, and
informed.
he paid with it. He paid for it, man.
Twitch
He's down at
team member,
25% HP.
Sort of oldish, shyly guy. I'm glad you're in Australia. I know I'm feeling your pain.
Let's see, there's Hawaii GST down. We now have 8 Hawaii GST and
Oh, no,
9
Casper
Dark
yourself.
Killers. 7 Hawaii GST, 9 Dark Killers. Let's see, where are these Dark Killers at?
Speaking of killers, Wise Killer is giving Ego and Nova a good beating down here.
Here we go. We got Nova over here. Nova from Hawaii GST. Nova from Hawaii GST over here. Just chilling
Wise
out.
Killer 1 hit away from death. And Ego goes...
Catalyst. You know who I'm not seeing right now, Zenthor? Cameron. There he is on the left side. Let's see if Cameron
Where
can.
is Cameron?
Let's see. There he is. He's
Man of the
he's
hour.
putting him in position right now. Cameron's in a bad place to be right now. Wrong place, wrong time. It's not the place
That's
to
what
learn a
the play does.
lesson.
They turn a bad position into a good one, and that is exactly what he's trying to do.
Here goes Cameron. Cameron trying to keep distance, trying to single out, trying to pick his opponents here, but he doesn't have much of a choice right now. Mr. Cameron going against these fellas, trying to sandwich them, and Cameron's down.
Luck.
Dark Killers. 8 players
Dark
alive.
Killer's victorious.
Dark Killers
8-0.
takes that one.
I've just been informed. Oh, there it is.
Dark Killers taking the battle there.
All right,
Oh, apparently I've got a
believe we'll be
local.
taking
I've got a
15-minute
local over here,
calculus.
Mr. Wise Killer. What'd you say again, Casper? I'm sorry.
I believe we will be taking a 15-minute break after we finish up with these fellows over here.
Oh, there we go. A 15-minute intermission.
Now's a good time to get yourself some
Oh!
carbonated soda and sponsored by Red Bull. Grebin.
Special guest appearance over here. Mr. Laird making an appearance over here in the GST.
The second panda that we've seen
All
today.
right.
That is the second. Earlier we saw Red Boy.
Of course, we had Red Boy.
Now we've got Laird, who claims himself to be the panda.
The one and only. No.
My wizard outfit is made out of panda.
You know, Did Navy win?
There you
I,
go.
you know, I've been too busy commentating. I haven't been really making a note here.
Navy did win. Yes.
Navy won.
Navy won by a landslide.
Oh yes, that was the one. They were the ones.
Okay, so everyone, we are taking a 15-minute intermission.
Is this the end of the first
Obviously,
bracket?
Yep, end of the first bracket.
GST 2015, the first GST to be sponsored by both Pepsi and Coca-Cola.
And McDonald's and KFC. So obviously you guys don't need to leave. We'll be back in 15 minutes, and half of us will still be in the chat talking to you guys anyway. Me personally, I'm gonna go grab some food. I will be back in a moment. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Microphone muted.
All right, attention viewers, let me just get close and real with you. Meph and Zenthor have just left, so we're going to have a little personal moment. How you doing? Not everyone knows me, but my name is Casper Zeflin. I'm great. I'm amazing. As the world. Oh, there's my phone again. I may have to go. Oh, Jesus, there's gunshots outside! All right, I'm back. I'm sitting down. Just answered the call. Zenthor and Meph still out of the building, but it is I in this room here with Nero and Laird as we wait for another, say, 12 minutes for the next match. Smoking is bad. Stay in school, etc., etc. Hashtag motivational Casper. Hashtag World Emperor 2021.
Now I am back.
Wait
Hello,
a minute.
everyone.
If you're back, who was the Australian guy I was talking to?
Oh my god. It's magic.
I just got the chills, man. I don't think I'm alone. I don't think I'm alone. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Okay, and there we go. Casper is now gone. So I'm with you now. For those of you who have just joined us, you are about to see the second leg of the 2015 GST. We've had some pretty interesting matches first up, with some big wins and some close games. Very exciting so far. Some of our winners being Navy, etc. Our three casters here are Casper, Meph, and Zenthor, myself. But right now we are on a 15-minute break before the second half of the tournament. So it's good to see you guys watching the stream, and I hope you guys enjoy and stay with us for the rest. Now Casper, are you there?
Yes, I'm just settling some business on my phone, verifying whether or not I have to go with this
Oh, of course.
friend of mine.
I had a very important question for you, but your matters come first, don't worry.
I'm sorry, pardon me.
Are you all good?
Am I all good?
I was going to ask you.
What?
Do you like bananas? Because I'm eating one right now.
It's bananas, Bananas.
Is exactly the answer I was looking for.
A few times I've been around that track, but it ain't gonna happen. And fuck. Oh, pardon.
Oh, the language.
Really?
I apologize for that sudden outburst. I was trying to sing some Pink, and you know how Pink gets people amped up.
Okay, so here we have
GST 2015, sponsored by Pink.
John Grell in the chat saying Zenthor and Casper have a rap battle.
A rap battle.
I'm not much of a rapper, but I can hit off some Eminem.
All right, I think we should oblige him.
I think so.
Shall I go first? Or
You go
will
first. No,
you?
you go first. I'm just munching on my banana here.
All right. I haven't had a rap battle since I was 78, and that was in 1878. And my phone died. My phone just died. I can't get the beat now. I feel out of place. I'm just not even. I'm not
You
even
better
gonna
charge
bother.
your phone. I feel like we
I
can
gotta
save the rap
plug
battle.
it in. All right, Zenthor, drop a beat.
Is that good? Is that a good beat for you?
All right, keep it going. Keep it going. You can get into it. My name is Casper Zilflin, and I'm here to say I'm gonna smack your head in a major way. Yo, I'm streaming on this GST 2015, and I lost concentration.
I
I
lost
can't
the
rap
track.
anymore.
I beat it up.
That is much better than
beat
what
it
I
up.
can
I'm a
do.
scream.
I'm
I'm a scream. Do
pretty
it. Do it.
impressed.
Do it. Do it.
You
Thomas.
just put me to shame. Yeah, I don't know if I can really match that.
Cause I ain't no holla back girl. I ain't no holla back girl.
What?
Yeah, I can always sing other
Microphone
songs, but I can't
activated.
really freestyle, you know.
What exactly is a hollerback girl?
That's a girl you don't want to go around that track. Cause it ain't gonna happen just like that. She ain't no holla back girl.
The song that comes to mind to me right now is it's a very good song actually. It's a song by Fergie. It's called London Bridge. You do know of that one, Casper?
My London.
Yes.
I am aware of that song too.
Microphone muted.
Anyways, it appears that Meph is back. Our three casters are all in the building again.
I am Groot.
No, I am Groot.
You dare challenge me to a Groot off?
Oh God.
What I
don't
need
know.
you to do.
know who I am.
Do you know who I am?
Let me explain to you the situation. Ant, meet Boot.
Ow. No need to kick me with your boots.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. You know I love you.
That's okay, I'll forgive you.
Good, because I'm not canceling those dinner reservations. They were hard to get.
Oh dear.
Alright, I have one more request from someone constantly reaching out to me over Skype. Death Watcher is a holla back girl. Thank you for watching the stream. I appreciate your support. All right, my fellow casters, I'm sorry, but I am going to be out of the building for 5, maybe 10
Microphone
minutes,
activated.
and when I come back, I will either come back strong or I will have to give my farewell speech. All right.
All right, man.
Okay, no worries.
Thanks for your help, and we'll
It's
see
good-
you when you come
it's good
back.
to have you on the show.
I hope all's well.
The show must go on.
I'm actually handwriting the bracket here because I'm almost afraid to pull up an internet browser on my computer because I don't want it to affect the.
Bit of risky business.
Yeah, we've got a pretty good connection going on here, and I don't want to, you know, I don't want to risk it. So I'm handwriting the brackets here off the top of my memory.
Okay, so for the Twitch viewers, if you are on the game at the same time and you shoot me a message, I will answer your questions for the rest of the intermission.
Okay, so I'm looking at
Feeling
this.
like that could be interesting.
The Navy won the first round against Legacy. It's gonna be a little bit of a recap here. Navy beat Legacy
Yes, we
there.
need to recap first.
Shrek took out Dynamics.
Dukes, the Duke of Dukes, Duke the Dentist.
Yep, those Dukes. that was probably the most memorable fight of the first round. That was good. I liked that
Making
one.
History.
Real Savages, I'm pretty sure, beat Ventus Family Ford. Zero Limits and Villains. Who won that one again? Zero Limits and Villains.
That is a good question.
Duke the hashtag Duke the Dentist, ladies and gentlemen.
Duke the Dentist.
I like that one. Hashtag Duke the Dentist.
So I have Azurator PMing me here, saying, "Hello, mate. Lol, you are British. Lol, shout me out."
Thank you, Sequel. Sequel, let me
I'm
know.
Actually,
Zero Limits, victor of
who
that
won?
fight
Who won
there.
that one? Okay, Zero Limits. I thought so, but I wasn't doing.
Yeah, I didn't want to, you know.
Azurator, I'm actually not British.
The next fight was DC Assault and Judgment. I'm pretty sure Judgment took that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're back in the business. We're starting up again. I'm sorry, fake butter. I can't marry you. Not yet, at least. I don't marry margarine. Okay, so up again. We have Navy in the quarterfinals.
iFreeze won that battle. I could put iFreeze down. The one I'm unsure of, I'm pretty sure Judgment beat DC Assault, and I'm pretty sure GPN and Open Wide, if I remember right, GPN won that one. This is all off memory.
I believe they did.
And Dark Killers in Hawaii GST, I'm sure Dark Killers won that one.
Dark Killers did win that one. Yes,
Okay.
they did.
So now we're looking at which fight, who won the DC Assault fight. I think it was Judgment. I want to say Judgment. And I believe
and here we have the Dukes.
I believe GPN won
Navy
the
versus
next
Dukes. Shrek and Navy.
I'm over here writing this on paper and pencil.
Now I have a message from Vania here saying, "Are you a hollaback girl?" I ain't no hollaback girl. And that is that. Thank you, Journey, for saying my beat was fire. I will teach you one day. Okay, so over here on the right we have Duke, and Duke.
Oh, Duke the
And-
Dentist here. this is just
On
flat
the
out
right here,
entertaining.
Navy people. And it begins the quarterfinal. Who will win? Who will come out victorious?
Here we go, Duke the
Time
Dentist.
will tell.
Here's the dentists. Let's see what I want to watch. See what the dentists are doing.
2v1. We have a 2v1.
Here we go. We got Duke the Dentist. Duke the Dentist over here. I think they're going for the bottom. Let's go look and see what's going on. It's bottom. Yep, Duke the Dentists are at the bottom here. Looks like Navy's got uniforms on. At least a good part of them do. Here we go, Duke the Dentist. Duke the Dentist. All the Dukes are just coming in.
So it is 11-11. Oh, no, it's not. It's gone down to 11-7.
It's going down. The dentist. The dentist. Oh, look at the dentist. Just pulling some molars out. Just pulling some molars out over here. The dentist. The dentist over here just yanking some teeth. Yanking some teeth over here from the Navy members. Here we go. We got Prime Fade, and Ace Rican right here, smack in the middle of two Duke
Look
the
at that.
Dentists. Making a Duke the Dentist sandwich.
Get some.
Boom! He's down. Ace Rican down on the floor.
11-1 Shrek to Navy. That was a massacre.
Here we go. Duke. Hashtag Duke the Dentist. I can see this trending right now. Duke the Dentist. Hashtag Duke the Dentist. Ha ha ha! I could see that occurring. Duke the dentist, ladies and gentlemen. So now I can cross Navy out of there. Navy, good fight, Navy. And looks like Shrek's got that one. The next fight coming up is going to be Real Savages going against Zero Limits.
I have a message from Daniel saying, you say next time on AMC's The Walking Dead. I will give that my best shot. Next time on AMC's The Walking Dead. God, my accent is terrible.
Never seen this show, The Walking Dead.
It is quite a good show.
That's not a show my wife would go for.
No, it's
My wife's one of those
particular
people that she
taste.
couldn't get past the zombies. The fact I mean I've been told it's got a really good plot to the show. There's an actual real storyline that goes along with it. It's not just zombies, but my wife wouldn't be able to get past those zombies.
Yeah, you know, I stopped watching it myself, but yeah, it goes quite well once you get used to the zombies. And here we have the Real Savages.
Real
making it to
Savages.
the quarterfinals, even though they was not even being able to fight. Thank you, General G-Man, for saying that you're watching it on Twitch and that you think it's awesome. I'm very glad. Thanks for watching.
Fight up next. Here we go. We got Navy. Navy taking out Shrek. I'm sorry, Shrek taking out Navy. Wow, I almost screwed that one up. Coming up next, we got Real Savages going against Zero Limits. Got a shout out going out to Nick over here watching the Twitch chat over here. Thank you, Nick, for watching the Twitch chat. We got a shout out here. Oh wow, a table just fell on me, but I'm gonna be okay. Nick, looking for another shout out over here. We got Joe. Joe just making his own shout outs there himself.
And here we have Anne asking for a line from Blank Space by Taylor Swift. That is a very catchy song, and I can do that for you a bit later.
Okay, now once again, for those just tuning in, my name is Meph. Some of you know me, some of you don't, but here we go. I'm your commentator, and to the side of me here, we got Zenthor also commentating.
G'day, guys.
Zenthor, you're Australian, right?
Australian through and through.
Yes, and what time is it over there where you're at?
It is 5:27 a.m.
5:27. I'm over here in the great state of Florida in the United States. I'm in Florida over here. It's 3:27 p.m. Once again, we're delivering the action to you right now live from two different time zones. Here we are. Casper, of course, he's also here, but he had to step away for a little bit. And here we go. We got Zero Limits coming on in. Zero Limits. Anybody in the Twitch? Whoa.
Oh my god.
That sounds like Casper's
How
back.
is everything?
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
I'm sorry,
noticed.
I tapped into some childhood memories there. But anyway, I'm back, and unfortunately, I have to leave. My friend is
Oh,
in
dear.
need of assistance, and, well, a good friend never lets him down.
Of course. That is very honourable.
That's Admiral Casper. Thanks for joining us here. And I
Thank you
wish
very
you
much.
and your
It was
friend. I
fun.
wish you and your friend all the best.
Yes, we do.
All right, Era. I love you. I love you guys. I'm out.
You tell your friend that 400 people just wished him well.
Of course.
I will
Goodbye,
do.
Casper.
Hashtag Old Emperor 2021.
User disconnected from your channel.
Okay, now the fight that we've got at hand right now is Zero Limits going against Real Savages over here. Looks like Real Savages over there had somebody get dropped. Somebody got dropped from the roster. They have 10 people now over there. On the top of their heads, everybody's complaining we have 10. We'll wait. Here goes Aniro looking for one more.
Okay, so before the match starts, I've always wanted to sing in front of 400 people. So I will crack out that line from Blank Space. Nice to meet you where you've been. I can show you incredible things. Okay, that's my line.
There we go. You heard it here from Zenthor.
Ticked off the bucket list.
Real Savages, Zero Limits. Waiting for this fight to start right now. You know, I gotta say, I'm actually pretty. I probably shouldn't say this. I'm pretty satisfied with the way the stream's gone so far. We've had, we had a decent connection here going on. No disconnects yet.
Well.
The event seems to be going smoothly. Of course, now that I said that,
this,
Murphy's Law. Murphy's gonna be knocking on my door.
It's true.
I always like to ask, of course, the Twitch chat, who do you think's gonna win this? We've got. Whoa, what happened? Oh, never mind. Real Savages. Who do you think's gonna win this? We got Real Savages going against Zero Limits. Type up there who you think's gonna win.
Yeah, it is tough to choose.
You know, both of these guys came up. They qualified through Gang Spar tournament.
I mean, Zero Limits. They have Mr. Worldwide. They have the one and only Pitbull.
Pitbull.
I don't know how you can compete with that. Yeah, Mr. Worldwide. Then over here, Real Savages.
That's why we don't read our
It's a fairly good
PMs.
team.
Sorry, guys, but due to the nature of some players here, they like to PM me things that are absurd, and they avoid swear filters of all sorts. And when I pull up the PM, bam, 400 people are exposed to this vulgarity that this fella is saying. So that's why I'm not checking my PMs. If you got something to say to me, join the Twitch chat, type it up there. That's wonderful. And we're going on in.
And we are beginning.
And starting to fight off. Let's see what we've got. We've got 3 people over here on the left side for Zero Limits, and an equal 3. It looks like it's 3 in the center, 3 in the center. Left side looks like, who do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people on Real Savages. 6 people on Real Savages on the bottom left. And Zero Limits over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5. Yeah, the formations are pretty much the same here, but let's see how it plays out here as they go through one another. Here we go. None, leader of Zero Limits, getting taken out very quickly there. Omar, Zero Limits. Looks like Real Savages breaking through the bottom, pressuring Zero Limits to the top. Pressuring Zero Limits at the top. Zero Limits, one member from Zero Limits having the nerve, striking up the nerve to come through the left side there on Real Savages, but them not paying him any mind. Taking out John R. Mr. John R. getting taken out. Mad Boy.
They are trading off players like crazy. When one goes down, another on the other team goes down.
Absolutely. Over here, Mad Boy coming in, coming in here with the gun, trying to get some spread, use that spread to his advantage over here. But Alistair not having it yet. Mr. Alistair. Let's go see what's going on at the top. Here we go, Mr. Goblin over here. Goblin, just Mr. Elijah just moving on up, taking advantage of that there blockade there to dodge some bullets. And we got Zero Limits over here. How many people are this? Looks like a pretty even battle. 8 and 8. This is pretty nice fight over here. Elijah down low on health over here. Real Savages over here. Masa and Kiri over here. Just trying to pressure Mr. Famas over here. Elijah Guapo. Just who's he shooting at? And Mad Boy with the gun with all that spread on it. You just gotta. That's a bold move to pick something like that, but it could work out. Unfortunately, didn't work out for him this time though. Mr. Mad Boy down on the floor, kissing that red velvety ground there of the GST arena. Kiri making a move over here. Looks like a little bit of organization here on the side of Zero Limits here. We got three of them compressed over here. El Guapo over here, Real Savages, little more spread out.
I saw Zeus lag out for a minute there, but I think he's okay.
Little more spread out over here, the Real Savages. You know, I got a feeling there's a good fight going on here. Mr. Alistair, Real Savages. Alistar, Real Savages. Here we go. You checking the ping on that fella?
There we go. Zeus sitting on 269 MS.
That's not too bad. That's not. I've seen worse.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
Could definitely be worse. See, if he went to Hanks, Hanks has better internet.
Oh, of course. He'll be sitting on. 15.
You remember what Poor Man was doing? Poor Man, of course, went to Hanks. Here we got Mike. We got Mike from Real Savages. Mike, of course, one of the real savages, the real ones, not those fake ones with the keychains. This is the real savage. Worldwide, Zero Limits coming in, pressuring Mike. It's down to who do we got? We got 5 people from Real Savages left. El Guapo. You know, it looks like the members from Zero Limits are somewhat concentrated over here. We got Weird Zeppelin over here, though. Weird Zeppelin with some backup from Phil over here, taking out. Look at this fight. This is a 2-on-2 over here. Somebody, of course, probably going to come from the back door and sneak up on Mr. Phil from Real Savages here. You know, a Savage could come from the right side over here. You know, you just don't know. It's really concentrated here. Mr. Phil over here. Let's see how his stuff pans out. Miss Kiri. What was that? Mr. Zeus. Yeah, what was that? I'm going to have to go back to the tapes for that one. Mr. Zeus over here just comes out of nowhere. Just comes out of nowhere. Here we go. Miss Kiri over here with the hat. What kind of hat is that one?
4v3, Real Savages 4, Zero Limits.
0 Limits 3. This is a pretty good fight, I got to say. This is a pretty good fight.
This is the closest one we have seen yet.
This is a good fight.
Yet.
What is Zeus doing? I hope Aniro is watching this fella. I'm over here commentating.
He is lagging a bit.
What is that? Look at that internet connection.
What's going on?
That fella over there slurping a McFlurry with his girlfriend.
He needs to get to Hanks.
He needs to get over the Hanks. Where'd Zeus go? Somebody run a ping on that fella. It's 3-on-3. This is a close fight. This is a very, very close fight. Man, this fella. I'm not believing that reading. I think Aniro's on it. Aniro's on it. Aniro's on that, man, like grease on bacon. I think Aniro's going to take care of that fella.
It's controversial when something like this happens.
It is. And we got this on tape.
It's the boss. It's his discretion. We've checked the ping.
Zeus. You know, this is... Look at that. I foresee Zero Limits not being satisfied with this if they lose this fight.
No, I couldn't agree more.
You know, let's see what Aniro does here. God, look at this. Elijah coming in from the back door, pushing in on Kiri. Just pushing on Kiri. We got Phil over here. You know, the one that's controversial is Zeus. Look at that internet connection. Just slurping a McFlurry over there. You know, the fella right there. Just there he is. He's down. Slurp that McFlurry, my friend, because that internet connection, no go.
425.
And here we go. What do we got? It's 2-on. This is a good fight. I gotta say, this is the best fight that we've had all morning. We got Elijah and Phil, both good sparers, both pretty good sparers. And over here we got player over here, just keeping it easy. Mr. Sandbag player over here, just taking it easy, Mr. Oh, here, switching to the ship guy. Here he goes. Got the hat. Miss Kiri, and look at Elijah over here, just trying to make a quick move on Kiri, but he knows. I would wager that Elijah's probably pretty low on hit points right now. By the way, he's acting defensively. Phil coming in from the right side. Look at that backdoor maneuver from Mr. Phil. Mr. Phil coming in from the back door. You know, now let's see if he can handle this. Player, of course, backing up and trying to turn the tides on Mr. Phil over here, trying to sandwich him. Yeah, this is a good fight. This is a really good fight. Here we go,
Some stats for
Elijah
you
over here. You
guys.
know, Zero Limits in a very
Elijah
bad
has
place right now. Zero Limits are either in a
73,000 wins.
Zero Limits either in a bad place or a good place right now. They're sandwiched in the middle, but that could come to their advantage because at any opportunity they could take that opportunity and sandwich them. But them themselves are being sandwiched by 2 Real Savages members. This is going to be very interesting how this turns out. Once you eliminate that Zeus fellow, this just got really interesting. Let's see. Let's get myself in a position where I'm not going to get in the middle of any bullets over here. And the fight moves. Second, I get into a position. Here we go. What is player from Zero Limits attacking? Here he goes. Just trying to go for Elijah over here. Look at this. Zero Limits, of course, getting themselves in a pickle. Looks like
Player has 18,000 spar wins. Kiri has 23,000, and this is compared to Elijah's 73,000.
Well, spar stats aside,
That is massive.
this is the
a very
closest
close
fight.
game.
Nero breaks his silence.
The smirk on his face has not been removed though.
And here he goes. Looks like somebody's trying to organize. Look. Oh, here it goes. It's gone down to a one-on-one. Look at this. It's a regular battle of peekaboo. Elijah over there behind a blankie, and Kiri over here behind another blankie. Elijah, of course, breaks the peekaboo battle. Here we go. Somebody get that kid a rattle. Phil over here trying to look at this. Look at that guy over there. Not even knowing that his fellow over here, his teammate, getting 2-on-1 here as he's taking a break, taking a nap.
Yeah, they should be working together.
He should be, but you know what? It looks like it's divided back down to the one-on-one here. We got Phil going against Kiri. Kiri over here gonna get sandwiched as Elijah comes from
There we go. They're trying to get into a 2v1.
Here we go. Now the tides have turned. It looks like Real Savages in the middle, but you know,
2v1 would
here we go. Real Savages, of course. These 2 spars. Oh, and
There he
Kiri
goes
gets
down.
taken out. Somebody get that kid a Chili's gift card because he just got taken out to dinner. Now here we go. Phil crushing in on Mr. Player over here. Mr. Player, too good for a name.
Player unable to get the trade.
Here he goes. You know, he could turn this around. He really could. Let's see how this happens. This is exciting stuff right here. Here he goes. Just using that spread. Look at the spread on that gun. It could be a good decision. Here goes Phil coming from the back there. Look at Phil trying to cut him off at Lexington. Over here, Phil.
He's been hit.
He's been hit. He's gonna get sandwiched here. Mr. Fel, you got 2 bread slices here, and they're called Real Savages. Here they are, just trying to sandwich this fella, just trying to get him down in. There he goes down, Mr. Player. What a valiant effort from that guy.
He put up a very good fight.
It was a good fight. That was just down home cornbread. Good fight. Here goes Elijah shouting out to Rose, Mr. Rose.
An arrow talking. We haven't seen much of that yet.
That was a good fight. I gotta say that was good. Of course, a little bit of commentary, a little bit of
Must have sweaty hands.
a little bit of controversy though. Mr. What was the fella's name? Zeus over there coming on in with a McDonald's McFlurry internet connection. He just
ping.
just spilled McFlurry all over McDonald's modem. Now he's asking him for a refund on that small fry. Now we're waiting on it. Of course, that fight's done. Real Savages. That's gonna be a controversy fight because I could see a thread right now coming up on the forum. Zero Limits saying that the latency issue. That's gonna be handled by we're the commentators right now. We're just watching it. We got it on tape though. If they want to watch this, we got it on tape.
We have the evidence.
We do have evidence now. We got Judgment and GPN now. Judgment and GPN going against one another.
In 5 minutes, got a bit of an intermission.
Judgment and GPN. Anybody in the Twitch chat want to say right now who you think's gonna win this next bracket? We got Judgment going against GPN. Like to take a poll, get an idea of how the people feel about this here.
So who do you think are the big names to watch in this fight?
Well, let's see who we've got here. Judgment. I see. I believe there's X Cloud X. Star X. There's iMoney Zeppelin there. Somebody's AFK. Suppose we're just the world's gonna stop turning for them.
Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah.
I'm not sure what this trending thing is in Ice Grill. What is Ice Grill? Over here, trending in our Twitch chat. We have Ice Grill. There goes a Nero wanting me to get on Skype, wanting to separate my internet connection here, and probably sacrifice the integrity of the whole GST. But you know, if Nero is making that call, we're gonna do it.
It is now 15 to 6 in the morning, and the tiredness is starting to get to me.
Well, good thing you got us over here. We're gonna keep you up. We're gonna keep you wide, keep you alive, keep you living.
Exactly. These spars, you know, they're intense. They're keeping me up.
Here we go.
It appears that GPN has more army helmets this time.
Wants to know what I'm thinking. What I think about villain. What do I think about villains? Well, I can't really pick any sides. Villain, if I remember right, though, the villain when they lost against Zero Limits. All right, I don't know what Aniro wanted, but I'm getting off Skype because I don't want to sacrifice the internet connection here in a good quality stream. So I'm gonna get off of Skype here. He can notify me in game or in kick.
Kick.
Or on kick. I'm not going to sacrifice this GST here. I'm recording this.
We cannot sacrifice the integrity of this. Because this is history. Yeah, okay, so for GPM we have Richard Noxious. I remember in the last match he was sort of tagging behind a little bit. Adorabelle definitely picked some big fights, working together with Pine. They worked quite well together. They had some good chemistry. Fake Butter. Yeah, Mr. Margarine.
All right, so here we go. As we've been sitting here trying to figure out what's going on. Next fight, we got Judgment going against GPN here in this fight. Just waiting it out. Here we go. Just waiting this fight out here. Everybody on both sides. Hey, look at that though. What? Judgment down a member over here. There's 10 people for Judgment. Jamie had to relog. What a take the opportunity and reconnect. Aniro making sure everybody's happy.
Oh, don't worry, game over on the Twitch chat. We're not giving an arrow hate. We're all friends. We're just teasing. There's no hate on an arrow.
Just waiting for Aniro to start the match over here. And it started. It's underway. It's underway over here. Here they are. GPN, of course, over here inside their box now coming on in. Getting blocked by the barrier, of course. Now everybody's in position. Is that a car on top of that fella? It's Mr. Jorge over here wearing a car on top of his head. I don't think I've ever seen that hat. Let's go. Let's get a feel of how this is going to go. We got Rachel JM over there. Down here, it looks like X Star X. We got Itachi from Judgment. We got. I believe that's X Star X and Cloud over here. The two of them. And on the right side of GPN over here, we got Tigger, we got Brave Crowsin, we got what a brave Crowsin, what a brave man. And here we go, Mr. YOLO from GPN, where of course wearing the hats. Does every GPN member have? Oh, there's a member over here going AWOL, so some guy without a hat. The fight at hand, though, we got Judgment over here. Looks like GPN trying to break through the top, just trying to break through that top there, just trying to break through the top. Here we go. Richard Knox is taking time out to type an essay.
And at
Oh,
the bottom
fake-
we have Adora Bell,
Fake
Roseanne,
butter.
Tiger, and Pine.
Let's see, where's Mr. Pine? Mr. Pine, here we go. Adorabelle, Tiger, M, and Pine.
Pine and Adora Bell working together as seen in the last match that they played.
Here they go, here we go. Judgment,
Very
one Judgment
formidable
member down. Here
bond
goes Jacob. Jacob getting sandwiched by GPN. Judgment. There he goes. GPN member down. Shadow, look at all the
10-4.
bullets surrounding Mr. Shadow over here. Yeah, they turned that fella into graph paper. Getting him from bullets from all directions. Graph paper.
Jamie goes
Mr.
down.
Shadow Ludio down. And how many
That was a quick
people
one.
from? There we go. That's the fight right there. There you go, fellas. GPN wins that match. Let's circle them with my little paper over here. Interesting thing here. This bracket that we're in right now, Shrek, who started on the right side, won that one, and then Zero Limits, who started on the right side, won their match against Real Savages, and this time GPN, who started on the right side, beat Judgment. It's that right side,
Yes,
ladies and
right.
gentlemen. It's got to be that right side here. The next fight, though, I Freeze going
Praise
against Dark
Angel,
Killers.
um,
Dark Killers is on the right
Navy
side.
lost to the Dukes, the dentist.
Here we go. Duke
Shrek.
the Dentist. Next fight. Looks like the next bracket is going to be Duke the Dentist going against Zero Limits.
That will be
Well, no, that was Real Savages that won. What am I talking about? Real Savages won the last fight. Why did I circle them? It was Real Savages, right? Real Savages won the fight.
yeah, I think
That was Real Savage. What am I talking about? Let's make that
Falling asleep
correction
here.
right now. Real Savages.
I'm falling asleep here, yeah.
That's all right. Yes, this is going to be on
yes,
YouTube.
Prem,
This
yeah.
will be on YouTube here. Twitch does a great job in archiving this, and then what I do is I click a little button and it says transfer to YouTube, and boom, it's done. That's
This
what
needs to be solidified in history.
Yep, that's what we're going to do. This is going to be uploaded to YouTube, no doubt. Now we're waiting on
Do you think
Anira once
navy?
again.
I think navy, very good color.
So never mind, that changes everything then. Shrek, Real Savages was on the left side. GPN on the right side. No, the Twitch chat will not make it to the YouTube. Twitch chat not going to make it to the YouTube channel. And here we go. This is probably a much anticipated match. I Freeze going against. I keep saying I Freeze. You know, when you see them, you think I Freeze, even though they changed their name to Freeze. Freeze going against Dark Killers. This is an anticipated match here.
This will be an interesting one.
This is going to be a good one right here. Very determining. Here, let's
This will have
let's
everyone
clear the
on the
PMs there. I don't even look at
I
my
think.
PMs right now. I love this guy, this Terrell guy. Terrell, I'm sorry, I can't stop the GST to go and put a statue in your house. Come at me after the GST is over, and we're going to have to do it then. And Dark Killers coming in. Again, no uniform.
Just goes to show that uniform does not equal skill.
Nope. Let's see how this is going to be very interesting here. Ice Grill. What is this Ice Grill going on?
What is this? Ice grill.
And Wise Killer over there from Fort Myers, Florida, advertising his location. Very, very proud of Fort Myers. Myself, I'm in Tampa, Florida. Very close to that fella. He's about 45 minutes away from me. And
There
we got Dark Killers on the right side this time, and Freeze on the left.
And poor Azerti not being picked to battle.
Here we go, 11 and 11. 11 members on iFreeze and 11 members for Dark Killers. Let's see how this plays out. This right here, an anticipated fight. And it's on, it's underway. Let's go into the arena and see how this unfolds. Here we go, Dark Killers, Dark Killers. Let's see, good amount of Dark Killers going down to the bottom. Going down to the bottom here. Looks like they're getting in the formation. There we go. Dark Killers are on the bottom. iFreeze right here. Freeze. Looks like a lot of Freeze members on the bottom too. The bottom is where this fight's going to pan out. Bottom looks like here we go. We got Alan Harper over there.
Very large contingent at the bottom.
Yes, this is
Very large contingent.
There's a lot of people on that. Looks like the focal point, definitely at the bottom of this arena. Here between these two gangs. But you know what's interesting?
Taking big hits.
The people should never underestimate the top though, because at any point somebody can come from the top on any side of this. You know, we've got about 5 or 6 members here on both sides. And here we go. Dark Killers backing off. Dark Killer. Look at this. Dark Killers backing off here. Freeze just pressuring them to go upward. Freeze pressuring them to go upward. This could be interesting. But on the left side over here, we got Dark Killers pressuring Freeze. Freeze over here got a nice handle though. Got a nice handle on that hallway.
They definitely push them up.
They push. Look at that. Freeze push them. Yeah, you know, it's hard to say who has the control here. Yeah. I want to lean towards Freeze though, because Freeze, of course, pressuring them, just pressuring them. You know,
I'm going to agree, yeah.
And if
they're
Freeze,
they're making the plays.
But at the same time, the Dark Killers over here, I gotta say, and you know, both sides. I gotta say Freeze is handling this because Dark Killers are, of course, Freeze right now, drumming to the beat, and Dark Killers just following the beat. Here we go. Blue cat just moving on down with the blue hat there. And look at Wise Killer. They're in the center of that. And Alan Harper breaks through and hits him in the face with a sawed-off shotgun. And Wise Killer's down, Mr. Palm Harbor himself, down on the floor. And what is I haven't, that's a gun I haven't seen this entire time. It's of course the ion carbine. Somebody using it in shotgun mode. Mr. Colin Rosado Magus using the ion carbine in shotgun mode. Dark Killers, the fight at the bottom, though.
11 players, Dark Killers, 8 players.
Dark Killers, the fight down at the bottom here. Freeze, still pressuring them. You know what could happen here, though, is if Jake and Mr. Grebe over here, if Jake and Grebe lose their positions, Freeze can move on in and just sandwich these fellas over here, which looks like may happen anyhow. But from the top, who do we got from the top over here? We got Mr. Grebe over here, just hanging out, trying to make a move, on. But you know it's Jake. It's down. Mr. Jake is down, and here goes iFreeze. Freeze pressuring, breaking through the top. They got the entire bottom right now belongs to iFreeze, which of course gives Dark Killers very limited room there on the top there. Let's see how this pans. This is going to be very interesting here. Dark Killers, of course. Where's the Dark Killers at? We got 4 Dark Killers all concentrated here, and there it is. There's the match, ladies and gentlemen. Dark Killers down. And there's Freeze, of course, with their trademark nothing comment. I wonder, what do you think that nothing means? Are they implying that this was not even a competition for them? There's 11 Freeze members. 11 Freeze members right now. Not a single one died.
That is a very, very strong win.
That is a strong win there for Freeze. Yeah, Dark Killers played a good game, but Freeze played a better one. That's how it is.
Yeah, well, they didn't, it looked close.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have our 4 finalists, which, if the same rules apply next year that applied this year, these 4 gangs are going to make it into GST 2016. No matter what, they automatically qualified. We're looking at Shrek, we're looking at Real Savages, we're looking at GPN, and of course, we're looking at Freeze. 4 gangs automatically going to qualify for next year's GST.
Of course, is this you expected though, or is this different to what you would have expected?
Oh, but it's been a good fight. Regardless of the expectations, we have definitely had a good fight. This fight here, I got to say, I really enjoyed the Savages fight though. The last Savages, what was it? Savages Zero Limits. That was a neck and neck fight. That could have gone either way in the last 5 minutes.
Edge of my seat. That was a nail biter, that one.
That was a good fight. Well, of course, there we go. Freeze winning that one. It looks like Freeze is going to go against GPN, and then the next fight that we're looking at here, it's going to be Shrek going against Real Savages. And I'm not sure if we're taking another intermission here. We're going to find out here in just a second.
I feel like we're going to need to power through it, otherwise I'm going to fall asleep.
Well, we're going to find out.
10 minutes. We have 10 minutes.
10 minutes until what?
A 10-minute intermission.
10-minute intermission? Okay, let's go check out the kick. I'm actually going to go use the restroom here. I've been holding it for now about an hour and a half. We're going to go to intermission now.
Microphone muted.
I'll do a little bit of entertaining. Man, so guys, I am tired. I'm like asleep right now. It is exactly 6 a.m. Haven't slept yet.